All right, we are at St. James Island in South Carolina. Gonna have a beautiful day at the beach, but I'm gonna set up, this is the GoPro 8, GoPro 9, to test both video and audio, see what they look like. I'm also gonna throw on some ND filters. There's one on there now. Take a look at what they do and how they look. Let's get started. So this GoPro test, what's the point of it? Well, which camera is better for you and your individual needs? Should you get the media mod? Do you need ND filters for your camera? How's it all work? Is it even worth it? What settings should you use? I film everything in linear, just so you don't get that bubble view of the GoPro, and it works pretty good. And the camera, what audio settings, what microphone should you use with it? Well, the camera comes with a pretty good microphone on it, but that media mod is really good, and we'll compare the GoPro 8 to the GoPro 9 to see which one sounds better under different conditions, windy at the beach or just out for a walk. And then lastly, I will compare both GoPros with the Canon M6 Mark II with a Rode video microphone, which is pretty good. And so we'll show you that whole setup and we'll compare the two, and we'll see which sounds better, which one looks better, which you should use it for. Let's get to it. All right, so here we are at Sullivan's Island, South Carolina, on the beach. It's a beautiful day. So this is gonna be a series of tests with the GoPro 8 and 9. This one is the clear, just straight up lens for both. And then we're going to take a look at what the neutral density filters look like. But this one is just straight up comparison of the 8 and 9 here on the beach, walking along. Let's do a test with the filters. Let's take a look. All right, so here we are with the, so obviously the GoPro 8 doesn't have anything because you can't put anything on there, a detachable lens, but the GoPro 9, Hero 9, has the ND4 filter. I should also note that the cameras are both mounted on a very high-tech piece of hardwood flooring with some very cheap mounts to put the cameras together so you can see both. And also no color grading. This is just a straight-up camera. What you see is what you get. All right, so here's the no filter in the middle, and then the filters on the sides. We got a 4, 8, 16, and 32. You can see really not very much difference between all those. Here's with some color grading, and again, not much different from any of these. Really not teasing any blues, just with the color grading done with LumaFusion, so not much of a difference. So I intentionally have a little bit of wind noise here. Again, any interference you're picking up, it's just from the wind or the road. And so this is what it sounds like. Again, GoPro 9 with the media mount and the little muffler over the brake, or the muffler over the brake, the muffle over the speaker, the microphone, that's what it sounds like. And this is what the GoPro 8 sounds like. Just the in-body or in the camera body microphones. So this is the audio quality in the wind. That's what it sounds like. Let's get back to this beautiful day. For this little segment, we're gonna do an audio test between all three cameras. First up, here in the middle, is the Canon M6 Mark II with the Rode microphone on a small rig attachment on the side. And next is the GoPro 9, GoPro Hero 9, and a media mount. So there's the microphone with the GoPro media mount. It's got a nice little squishy attachment on the microphone, so that's what it sounds like when you're comparing all three. Next up, we're gonna kick it over to the GoPro 8. So it's the GoPro 8, finally my turn. But this is the GoPro 8, also on the media mount. Again, very ultra portable, love it, go anywhere with it kind of thing. Doesn't have the little wind protector on it, but still, this is what it sounds like. This is the GoPro Hero 8. So there you have it. updates from both all cameras, and we're going to hope you can compare the difference and see what they sound like. Alright, so real quickly, I'd like to do a test on what the normal view is for the GoPro field of view, and I'll put a little text here of what that is with the regular view, and then I'm going to put on the Max mod to the GoPro and we'll check it out, what the difference is. So this is the normal view. I record everything in linear, so let's check out the difference. Alright, so here's the super wide view that the Max mod gives you. Quite a bit wider, and the resolution on this is a little bit less. So, alright, let's take a look at this. That's what it also sounds like. Good stuff. Anyway, this is the Max mod on the GoPro Hero 9 on the Media mod, all included. Here's a little handheld stability test for all three cameras, and I'm just got them all mounted on my tripod, and we're walking through the woods holding them in my hand, no gimbal attached. So this is what all three would do for you: the Canon and the GoPro 8 and 9 with their stability features. So this is what it looks like, all three. Again, just walking through the woods, tripping over sticks, and this is what all three together look like next to each other on the same walk, on the same trembling hand in the woods, as I try not to trip over rocks or logs and drop the rig with three expensive cameras. So there it is, in the woods, and the stability of all three cameras: the GoPro 9, the GoPro 8, and the Canon. After a detailed comparison of the GoPro Hero 8 and 9, I think you can come up with some pretty easy conclusions. First of all, that side by side, the image quality is pretty similar, but in the audio with the Media mod, it really provides you an awesome platform to travel with and produce some videos. I've produced a couple of videos. I'll set the links up above of some GoPro videos that I produced just on the GoPro 8 and on the GoPro 9. And so all audio quality that you can get for that compact form factor is really unmatched. And I'm a big fan. And when I travel, it's pretty much way easier than bringing my Canon rig with everything that goes along with it. So that's pretty much what I use outdoors, and when I travel, I just essentially use that either GoPro 8 or 9. And now that I have both, I can't really tell you which one's better. They're both pretty good. I don't know if I would spend the extra money on a GoPro 9, except that you do get the added functionality of the extra lens attachments, which is pretty cool. And the other great feature is the front image that you can see on the front display that shows you what you're seeing. So it's really good for doing a YouTube video. All right, so there it is, the wrap up of the GoPro test. Hope you liked it. So what are the key takeaways for the GoPro 8 versus 9? Number one, the ND filters. ND filters really didn't do anything for the camera using auto mode, 4K 30 frames per second. So you really don't need it. If you're looking for a different look and you're an expert, maybe you might want to use it, especially for still photography. But for video mode recording with the GoPro right out of the box, it works fantastic. So don't really need the ND filters. Number two, the Media mod. Media mod, if you're going to use it for audio, it's really the only way to go. You saw in some of the tests, especially in the wind, that the GoPro 9 media mod definitely is the best for recording audio. It knocks down all the windscreen, does a fantastic job, and really you don't need anything else besides the GoPro 9 and media mod. Plus the front view of the GoPro 9 lets you see, at least if you're in frame, not the full view of what the camera sees, but again, that's probably the best thing, the GoPro 9 with the media mod to record audio if you're going to use it for vlogging. In fact, during the test, you saw when I was trying to sync it up, the video's a little off. It was so loud with the wind noise that I could not get it to sync up. I couldn't even find peaks and valleys in the audio over the wind noise to sync it up. So I just gave up, did the best I could, and went for it. So really just, you know, GoPro 9 media mod, best thing out there. Takeaway number 3, if you're really looking for the best audio, and audio's king when it comes to recording video, especially for YouTube, I'll say that nothing compares to a camera mounted Rode microphone. The video micro that I used, you compared that audio, it obviously sounds the best. This audio right here is with the GoPro 9 media mod, just because I want to knock this out quickly, and it is, you know, the easiest thing to grab without all these other attachments. But you saw, and there's a difference, but nothing compares to a Rode microphone on the Canon. Number 4, stabilization on these cameras is fantastic. I got another test planned in the coming weeks where I'm actually going to use a DJI Pocket 2, compare that to the GoPro 9 head-to-head in a stabilization test, and that's obviously a gimbaled camera, but the hyper smooth settings on the GoPros is so great out of the box. Gives you a fantastic smooth scrolling photo. It definitely always links up the right thing, and the GoPro 9 has a horizon lock that's even better. It'll lock the horizon as you move around, and you can even flip this camera over. It'll continue to keep that horizon locked as it flipped around. And then nothing, you know, with stabilization, you saw that, you know, the in-body stabilization of the Canon is what it is. Nothing beats the GoPro. Lastly, that Max mod, not for everybody, especially if you're doing extreme sports. I can see it being a little bit more of a feature that you'd want to use as you maybe do some manipulation with that video, but for day-to-day use, you don't need the Max Media mod. And really, so for putting lenses on this thing, you really only need the one out of the box. Another ND filter might be helpful to knock down some of the light, but as you saw, doesn't really do much for you. And but it is helpful that if you for whatever reason scratch that lens, that you can replace it with something else, and so that's the biggest benefit. But then again, you can also buy the screen protectors for both the front screen, front lens, and the rear screen on the GoPro, and I advise you getting those because I've scratched and broken some of those screens before, so that's probably the best thing for you. So there's the wrap up of the GoPro 8 versus GoPro 9. Threw in a couple Canon shots there to give you the audio and video quality of all those cameras together. It's still a massively awesome camera to use every day for just regular vlogging. It's probably the only camera you would need, especially with the media mod, to get that great audio with the windscreen. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hope to see you next time. Happy 4th, enjoy the weekend, and enjoy the great outdoors. See you next time.